almost pure chanting of the Lord. That is called Namaha. And if you attain the stage of Namaha, you become immediately liberated. And then, when you can chant the Shuddha holy name, pure, uncontaminated by the material motion, then you develop your love of Krishna. So here it is stated, Rajastama Bhava. We are afflicted with three kinds of the modes of nature. So, out of the three, two are very dangerous. What are they? Rajastama, passion and ignorance. The whole material world is going on the basis of these two qualities, passion and ignorance. What are the symptoms of passion? Kamalobhavayasthaji. Too much attraction for sense gratification. This is called passion. And low greediness, not satisfied. Now, we are coming from a cottage, very nice cottage, self-sufficient, little land also, growing vegetable, nice cottage, very warm, there is no need of air conditioning. We can live very simple life anywhere, any part of the world. There are so many jungles, you got
Hare Krishna. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Can
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so the format of the class is that we hear what Srila Prabhupada has to say, and then we ask everyone, what did Srila Prabhupada say? And everyone's welcome to contribute anything they heard. Does anyone remember where Srila Prabhupada started today? We're having a little technical difficulty, but maybe you heard something?
Before he went more into it, I believe he was talking about tamagun and how you could become affected or infected. It seemed like he used the word, later on he used the word afflicted, but in the beginning he talked about it sounded like he said you're being infected or affected by tamagun.
Right. Srila Prabhupada was saying that people are suffering because they do not know. They are implicated and suffering because of being entangled in the modes of material nature. Does anyone else remember something Srila Prabhupada said?
Something that he gets quoted for a lot, that we shouldn't stop at becoming Brahmana, we should become a Vaishnava after initiation. We shouldn't think that now that is it.
He also said about going back to the modes, he said that we can also become bound by the mode of goodness,
Right.
which was, maybe passion and ignorance are more obvious how they bind us, but that we can become bound by the mode of goodness, and that was leading into what Krishna Kumar was just saying in terms of we could think, oh, I'm a Brahmin now and I have the sacred thread, so I can just rest on my laurels, and that way we can get bound even by the mode of goodness.
You said there are two modes that are very dangerous, passion and ignorance. What did he say about the mode of passion? There is intense attachment for being driven to obtain sense gratification.
Yeah, like greed, into greed.
Yeah, greed. He said those two modes are very obvious, but then he said what you spoke about we can also be bound up by the mode of goodness, become complacent, have a nice cottage, very warm, and make some kind of material arrangement. I'm an artist, I'm a doctor, I'm a vegetarian. Without coming to the level of Vaishnava, this Brahminical level is also a form of entanglement. So Srila Prabhupada is warning us, be careful. There's something else besides sattva. Anybody else remember something Srila Prabhupada said?
Srila Prabhupada also talked about first initiation, second initiation, and first initiation is a Harinam Diksha and chanting the holy name. And then he said about Namabhas and Shuddhanam. So in the Namabhas, so we commit offenses, Guru Ravagya, So, but over the period of time, we have to rise above this and then chant the pure holy names. And then offenses, I guess, he's connecting to the modes. So we have to rise above.
Good. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada's explaining that the offenses might be there, but we must strive to avoid them, to properly execute the process and very quickly achieve the desired goal, pure love of God. This is about Krishna consciousness, not just some material arrangement for simple living. As we go into the next section, he starts to explain, if you have go in the forest, you cut a few trees, you make a little house, and then you become complacent. If you're not careful.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question. What was the second Sanskrit phrase? The first one was namabas, but then the second one was what? Which is the pure chanting? Began with an S.
Shuddhanam.
Shudanam.
Shuddhanam.
Shudanam. What does that literally mean? The first part?
Shuddha means pure.
What?
Pure name?
Pure. Yeah.
Pure.
Shuddha. Pure.
Okay. Hare Krishna. And he was saying that's where we will develop our love for Krishna. And is that just becoming free of the material modes and the 10 offenses, or?
Yeah, that's the Srila Prabhupada is explaining where we are, where we need to go, and to make an endeavor in that direction. These are the guidelines offered by Guru and Shastra. Avoiding the offenses, chanting the holy name, and we become purified. Holy name is very powerful. Krishna is appearing in our life. Okay, let's see what else Srila Prabhupada has to say for us.
One or two trees, and in the block you can make a little cottage, and after the trees being cut, the land becomes open, so you can utilize the land for growing food grains or pasturing ground. And if you have got cows, food grains, vegetables, and a cottage, then where is your economic problem? Where is your economic problem? Live peacefully in the open air, get sufficient milk or vitamins and vegetables full of vitamins. A, B, C, D have to take vitamins. You get nice life and save time for chanting Hare Krishna. This is life. We are trying to introduce in this new Vrindavan colony. It is simple life. But the Kamalobhada we can live very simple life, but because we are infected by the Rajagun and Tamagun, we require the pigeonholes of size of our vision. Unnecessary. Unnecessarily. Why? Your time is so valuable that you cannot get back your life, one day of your life or one moment of your life by paying millions of dollars. What is the date today? 20th? 21st. Now, the 20th July 1974, which is past of our life, it cannot be returned even if you try to bribe material nature millions of dollars. What is gone is gone. Therefore, Chanakya Pandit said, a very good moral understanding. Ayusha Chanayi Kopi Nalabdha Sarnakoti Bhi. Even the moment of time, we cannot get back by payment of millions of golden coins. There is nothing. Sachit Nirathakamnitaha Kanhanitapurita. It's such valuable time, you simply wait. Then just calculate what is your loss. From monetary loss. One moment of your life cannot be returned by millions of dollars. Therefore, our Rupa Goswami also teaches, Abbattha Kalasyam. A Krishna conscious person should see whether my time has become wasted, whether I am utilizing my time, the short duration of my life, properly. All Krishna conscious persons should be vigilant to see that the time is not wasted. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore advises, Kirtaniya Sadahari Dinadati Sunitena Tarurati Sahismuna Amanina Manadina Kirtaniya Sadahari. We are therefore introduced chanting Hare Krishna 24/7. I am glad to see all the devotees preparing to be. This is nice practice. It must be. Chant Hare Krishna 24 hours. While walking, even in sleeping. If you practice in sleep also, you chant Hare Krishna. That is possible, it is not impossible, it is fact. So, the human life, if you want actually peace and prosperity, as it is stated, Cheta iti dhanavidham sitam shakti prasidati. You have to keep yourself always in the Satagun, the motion, goodness, Brahmanika platform. Sattva, Sama, Dhamma, Titikha, Arjava, Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikam, Brahma, Karma, Svabhava. So, those who are going to be initiated, I mean, they must have that. Otherwise, what is the use of taking a sacred thread? No, don't think by simply having a sacred thread, the business is finished. No. They should be practiced. How to keep yourself on the platform of Satogo. That platform of Satogo can be maintained when you are engaged in devotional. Here it is saying, Siddhasate Prasidhati, simply being situated on the platform of goodness, he will be happy. Prasidhati, he will feel happiness because there will be knowledge. But the bhakti process is so transcendental that by discharge of devotional service, you will be far above this Satagon. Satagon, that is material, good quality. But this material good qualities can be contaminated sometimes because the material nature is very powerful. Very, very fast. Therefore, sometimes we see that those who are not sticking to the principles, they fall down. Immediately, the material nature is dragged, please coming. But if you remain fixed up in devotional service, then you go above the Sattva. That is also stated in Bhagavad Gita. Manchabhya vicharini bhakti yogi najati sagunan samatita etan brahma bhuyaya kalte.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. So we invoke and beg the devotees, please speak up. What did you hear? Anything at all that what Srila Prabhupada said? This is our format for this class. Does anyone remember anything Prabhupada said just now? Das wants to speak.
Hare Krishna. Prabhupada spoke about the value of time, how the time that is once gone will never come back, and how we best utilize it by chanting the names of Lord.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, he's recommending 24/7, even while you're sleeping. And he said, if we remain in goodness, we'll become happy. And the way to remain in goodness is what? Tulsi? What did Prabhupada say? How to remain in goodness? Remember? Anyone? Go on, Krishna Chandra.
He said chanting, no?
Chanting. Something else he mentioned.
Remembering Krishna.
Remembering Krishna. Something else he mentioned. Engaging in devotional service.
Right.
Because he said the Sattva Gun platform is also material. And engaging in devotional service to Krishna is above, it's above the material modes. And so it's advised that we give ourselves totally to devotional service. If we hear that and we desire that and we endeavor for that, Krishna will grant that. And even though what we do for so-called bodily maintenance, if it's done so that we can serve Krishna, then that is also devotional service. So Prabhupada is pointing to a platform above just simple material comfort and safety.
And it works, he was saying, because devotional service practically keeps us occupied, right? Like the idle hands are the devil's playthings.
Very good. Very good.
That he said, he used that expression, which I love. He said, fixed up. if you remain fixed up in devotional service, then Maya doesn't have a chance to snatch you. Otherwise, she'll just snatch you out and say, "Oh, come in. You're not busy. I can help you."
Mother Rukmini's husband was saying, Prabhupada asked him, "Where is your wife?" And he said, "Oh, she's doing some service." And Prabhupada said, "Very good. If we do not become absorbed in devotional service, then Maya will say, 'Come and play with me.' And then we become entangled. Then we become implicated." Maya is calling us away from devotional service, and Prabhupada is calling us to devotional service.
He used a great phrase. He said, "Why are we lost in the pigeonholes of skyscrapers?"
Oh, yeah.
Which is just such a great analogy. And then, there he is in New Vrindavan with the land and working the land. And here we are striving to be in a pigeonhole of a skyscraper. So I really love that analogy when he said that, cautioning us away from the material world and towards the simple living, high thinking. And I also loved when he really made the point, you could have millions of dollars and someone I guess in California just won billions of dollars, literally, the other day, I understand. And that can't buy you back. The most precious thing is time. So I love that he was really reminding us to be very aware about how we use our time.
Adantarasa Paramanu Parasas Matu Bhavanyo Vyaktopitakana, that beyond this world and this quality of life, there's another dimension of existence. And the life condition is different. There, we're engaged in offering, loving, hearing, serving Krishna. He's recommending simple living and high thinking. Whether there's the city and there's the country and then there's the temple, which is not of this material world at all. Anyone engaged in devotional service in any capacity is outside of the pigeonhole or countryside and beyond that. Krishna Chandra, please, what do you have to say?
One thing Prabhupada said in that lecture was that by engaging in devotional service, you're going beyond even the mode of goodness, and then was quoted Bhagavad Gita 14:26, that says, "One who engages in devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstance at once, transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman."
Very good. He quoted Maya Yakshena Prakriti, that the material nature is very difficult to overcome. But if you engage in the service, devotional service, and easily cross beyond it. Daivagesha Gunmayi Mama Maya. Anyone else would like to share something they heard Srila Prabhupada say? When we are put in this position, listening to 5 or 10 minutes, and then what did he say? We realize, why didn't I grasp it? Why can't I remember what he said? The message. Go on, Krishna Kumari.
I did hear him talk about how we could become complacent, like we get the simple house, we live in the woods, something about building out of the trees. And I can see that for myself. Like I think from how I work, it's like I either can focus on one thing or the other. It's like, so I think, I'm really hearing from Prabhupada that I really have to focus on what Krishna wants me to do, what my service is. Not that like I'm doing this simple thing, and I don't know. I really it felt like it spoke to me, like that I might be getting distracted in life, even in simple life. So I really appreciate hearing from Prabhupada.
You gave us that one example of a simple life. You have a piece of forest, you take down the trees, you make a cottage, you use the cleared land to cultivate, grow food grains, have a cow, and the milk will give you so many vitamins, A, B, C, D, up to K. And he said that's one example of a simple life. He
It
said,
ain't so simple.
huh?
It's not simple.
Relatively.
Relatively, it's not simple. It's
Point
actually
is, there is a
more
possibility.
complicated than that. But what it does is the simple life reminds you of how close Krishna is. Simple life means getting close to Mother Nature, and understanding at every moment that Krishna is sustaining us. You start to understand things as simple as breathing. You start to understand things as simple as the value of the sun. You start to understand things as simple as the beauty of a running stream. And within these, you're reminded of Krishna at every moment. It's not simple as far as doing, because you're constantly, there's maintenance. You also start to understand, creation maintenance, and how things, if left unmaintained, will fall apart. You start to understand material nature and what Krishna has given us, and how if we work within it with passion and goodness, and to ignore certain things, you start to understand, how the modes, even the modes themselves, can be used in Krishna's service. So we should never think that in devotional service, Krishna's going to give us something simple to do so we can la-di-da day through, but that he's going to give us this equanimity and equipoise within our chest, that, and within our heart, that even in warfare, because that's what this is, with slings and arrows coming against us at all times, and Krishna turns up that heat for his devotees as they advance. It doesn't get easier, but we become easier. We become easier within because we see Krishna at work in everything. And that's the simplicity of it, to always remember, we can force ourselves, and in the beginning, we have to do that. We have to force ourselves to Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I got to remember Krishna in this. But what if you're dealing in this and you start to understand this is Krishna's playground and he's operating his will as he will, and everything's perfect, Om Pranam, everything's perfect. That's the simplicity. No matter how much you're getting beaten down, no matter how much you're discombobulated and complicated and convoluted, because Krishna's going to throw it at you. Look at Prabhupada. He's the 108 temples all around. So he was just doing this simple thing, trying to remind us that Krishna is at work at all times. That's the true simple living. It's not necessarily an external thing. It's the fact that we can simply see Krishna in everything, including all the things that are just so complicated that you want to give up your life. Hare Krishna.
Very important point. Very interesting. The nature is pointing us to the glory of Krishna, and it can, if we're careful to attend to that. And simplicity might be used in different ways. Some people think simple means just simple, but Prabhupada said simply Krishna, prema pumatana mahan, love of God only. If that's our focus, the Bhagavad Gita explains that a person whose attention is many branched, distracted by so many things, but a devotee is focused on Krishna. That makes life simple. We have any time left, Johnny?
Yeah, it's like
How much?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Anyone else can remember something Srila Prabhupada says? Or comment on something Srila Prabhupada said?
The whole world is running.
We can't hear you. If you come here, then you can speak and everyone can hear you, yeah? Here comes Gaur Sharan Prabhu.
I'm not sure if it was already shared, like that the whole world is running by the modes of passion and ignorance.
Hmm. Yeah, Prabhupada said that.
What did he say about happiness? He said something about happiness.
Parshuran, what did Prabhupada say about happiness? Well, Srila Prabhupada explains to us that if we please Krishna, we'll be pleased. Just like if you're putting lipstick on and you look in the mirror, the image has lipstick. So it's not that we seek happiness directly, but if we please Krishna, as a byproduct, we'll be satisfied. Haitukiya pratiyata. Unceasing, unmotivated devotional service to Krishna is the only way to satisfy the self. If we seek our own happiness directly, even in devotional service, somehow or other it's not quite on point. If you love someone, you're happy to see them pleased. Devotional service means devotional. How can I serve you, Lord? The gopis were thinking about pleasing Krishna. They are thinking about pleasing Krishna. And therefore they are pleasing Krishna, and therefore they're satisfied. Somebody's saying something there?
I was going to say very quickly that, when we chant Hare Krishna, Prabhupada didn't say Hare Krishna is Radharani. He did. That's Radharani and Krishna, and you're remembering them and their beautiful form and this wonderful Leela and stuff. But ultimately, Prabhupada said, Hare Krishna mantra is please engage me in your service. So we're begging Krishna to throw stuff at us to do. Like, Krishna, come on, give me some stuff so I'm not left with this mind which always gets me in trouble. We've had lifetimes of this mind, the mind says, I want this and I reject that. And it's a whirlwind. Trust me, I'm a witness. It's a whirlwind, and we beg Krishna, just give me, and then this is the important part. We pray that Krishna engage me in your service, and then he throws things our way. He'll send somebody that needs to be engaged and coming up with some kind of service if you're in a position of management or authority, or even just in one of the most important things is that by our example, by our open-heartedness and our loving attitude, we relate to and inspire others. This is also a super, super important form of devotional service, that our actions at any time and how we deal with people should reflect Krishna's unconditional love for us. And that's the big thing, like you said, a mirror. If we can mirror Krishna, then we're doing good, and Krishna's pleased. That's what we hopefully can remember when we do call out Krishna's name, that we're actually begging him to fill our time. Hare Krishna.
I just wanted to say also quickly that my first impression from this recording was that there was a child making a lot of noise, and Prabhupada wasn't affected at all. So that really made an impression on me. Jai Shri Shri Radha Murli Dhar.
Hari Purusham Amaham Bhajami Govindam Hari Purusham Amaham Bhajami Govindam Hari
The grace must be brought to the ocean and feel suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. I only wish to have my conscience purified by the words emanating from this lotus mount. Attachment to his lotus feet is a perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes, fills my heart with transcendent knowledge. He is my Lord, perfectly great. From him ecstatic praying at the gate, by him ignorance is destroyed. Their description of this character. Our spiritual master, devotion and mercy. Friend of the poor, our Lord and Master, the devotees. O Master, give us the shade of the lotus feet. May no famous all over the three worlds. We take shelter of the lotus feet.
Thank you, Janitai Prabhu. Thank you, Arjuna Prabhu. Okay, Temple Room, we are signing off. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Okay, welcome to the Afterglow. Krishna Chandra, where were you? In Maya, maybe?
I was actually in Vrindavan for almost 4 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like around the last Ekadasi, which was December 26th, I was at Radharaman Temple. It was absolutely packed to capacity. You could just feel everyone around you, literally. And I actually had my cell phone stolen from me. And the way it happened was kind of a traumatizing experience, so I opted to leave at that point. And I wanted to stay a little longer, but I was actually going to go to Mayapur and Puri for a while, but at that point, I just wanted to go home.
Was it stolen by a monkey?
No, actually, I think it was a group of widows. They started like screaming at me, like as if I had done something wrong. And then they started pinching me, and then it took me a few seconds to understand what was going on, and then I felt my pocket where my phone was, and it was gone, and that was it.
That's a good thing. What
Yes.
happened to you was a good thing.
I lost my attachments. Yeah, at least some of them.
And widows pinching you,
Oh,
telling you to wake up.
yes, right.
Exactly.
That's one way to look at it, sure.
That's
Put the
the only
phone
way.
down and wake up. Be
Yeah,
here now. We're all
Oh,
widows in the end.
true.
widows pension, you wake up, wake up. Yeah. Wow, Bhima Prabhu, thank you for that purport.
That's
You
a
really
great
unpacked the
realization.
pastime nicely
Mhm.
for Krishna Chandra.
Mm.
Phone will come and go, but this
Yes.
pension is very valuable. Wow, Krishna Chandra. Welcome back. Good to see you. Thank you.
Same here. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay. Would anyone else like to speak? Bhima Prabhu understands the material nature. We got that. Thank you, Bhima Prabhu. I was thinking during class, who am I trying to please? Am I doing this out of fear, out of duty, trying to impress somebody? Who am I trying to please? Am I trying to please the Guru and Krishna ultimately? Or I'm just trying to avoid pain? Janitai, thank you so much for streaming Srila Prabhupada's class so nicely. It's very pleasing to Guru and Krishna when devotees are doing their best under the circumstances. So yeah, we're trying to please Krishna, and Krishna knows what's going on. We may think we're all alone, this is injustice, but Krishna sees what's going on. He knows what's going on. So we can relax and keep our service going, right, Bhima Prabhu?
Every moment.
Yeah.
It's
The
not
knower
just when
of,
we go to the temple or even when we're calling his name. Every moment. That's the big thing. That's
yeah.
I find the only reason why I'm good is because actually I'm not, but the only reason why that I try to be good is because I understand Krishna and the demigods, they're all watching. Like they're all watching us. Krishna's watching. He's
Is
there.
that why you bought that hat?
Yeah, I'm trying to cover my face. Like he can't see me now. I have a hat on. I'm covering my eyes. He can't see where my eyes are going. Krishna does not know what's in my heart.
Yeah. Thank
We
you,
try
Bhima.
to hide. We're hiding down here on this earth. We think in the clouds. But no, every moment right there with us. Yep, every moment.
Thank you. Okay. Anyone else? Michelle? Michelle, how are you? Please say something. We'll miss you.
Hello. I
There
miss
she
you
is.
all too. I'm doing well. I mean, I was just, first of all, I'm so grateful for this class today because I got on kind of late and yesterday I was having technical difficulties. But you know, I was sitting here trying to as I was listening, I was untying a knot. And this is just so random, right? But as I untied the knot and it started to unfurl, I pulled some thread that was around it, and then there was an even bigger knot underneath. And it just made me think about what we were talking about and how we think, oh, this is the knot I'm working on, right? Like this is the challenge, this is the thing in my life that I'm struggling with. And then as you pull away the other threads, there's something even bigger. And if I just keep my focus, because I was chanting and listening, and I don't know, it's just an interesting way of living. Like how can I focus on the moment I'm in and stay connected to my devotional service in the name of the Lord as I'm just continuing to untangle knots. Because since I moved to Virginia, there's been a lot of bigger knots that I didn't know were going to be here. But I know this is where I'm supposed to be. So grateful to be on the class today too, and to hear Prabhupada as well. Such a gift. So thank you all for your service and for calling me out. It's good to hear you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. It's nice to hear from you. Yeah, it's all one big knot. We think, okay, after this particular loop, it's going to get nice and easy. Nope, there's another loop coming. Yeah, so we should just cut the knot. There's this verse in the Bhagavatam about the knot. Let's see. Bhima Prabhu, you know the verse? The cut in the knot?
Yeah, cut that knot because it's a slip knot around your neck. And you're just about to kick the chair.
It's the Monday morning motivation from Bhima Prabhu.
That's right.
Yeah, that knot is around our neck. Wow. Bhima Prabhu, you're nailing it today. Hare Krishna. Okay, on this high note, we're going to ask, okay, how about Yogeshwari? Yogeshwari, would you like to say Hare Krishna to finish the yagya? Okay, Yogeshwari doesn't seem to be available to do that.
I would say just for anyone who's missing Isaiah, like I am, see the pictures in the Bhakti Center chat. There's some pictures of Karen and her family that are so sweet. It was so nice to see Isaiah. Like, I miss his finishing.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, we miss Isaiah. Okay, so Krishna Chandra Prabhu, would you like to say Hare Krishna to finish off the yagya? With your voice, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. See you again tomorrow. Srila